This is Nightline.
Tonight, Alexander brothers' verdict. The once powerful and high-flying playboys accused of drugging and sexually assaulting women. What the jury had to say today. Domestic terrorism? The shocking photos of the moment an explosive device was allegedly thrown at a New York City protest outside the mayor's mansion. War intensifies. Iran chooses a new supreme leader, and the warning from President Trump.
I will not allow a terrorist regime to hold the world hostage.
War with Iran. Nightline special coverage continues. Tonight is day 10. And shots fired at pop superstar Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home in Los Angeles.
Be advised, this is a good shooting suspect.
What authorities are saying about the suspect tonight. And Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author behind books and films like It Ends With Us.
Why haven't I seen you before?
Opening up about her recent health battle.
I just probably went a little bit too long without doing my annual checkups.
And the upcoming screen adaptation of her popular novel, Reminders of Him. And Timothee Chalamet, the comment that triggered a firestorm.
I don't want to be working in ballet or opera, where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore.
Could the backlash cost him an Oscar?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's a story that shook much of the nation. The Alexander brothers, Oren, Elon, and Tal, who once enjoyed a life of privilege and access, but were they playboys or predators? The jury has decided. Tonight, three brothers, all convicted. Alan, Oren, and Tal Alexander found guilty of all counts, including sex trafficking, sexual abuse, and sexual exploitation of a minor. All three brothers choosing not to testify. Now they could face up to life in prison for their crimes. The trial taking place in a Manhattan federal courtroom over the last 5 weeks. The jury returning their verdict after 20 hours of deliberations. 11 women testifying against them, all accusing one or more of the brothers of sexual assault. Some even claiming they were raped. 8 of the women said they were drugged. The brothers' defense saying the men may have been promiscuous womanizers, but they weren't criminals or rapists. Adding their behavior was in trafficking, it was dating and hooking up.
We believe in our client's innocence, and we're not going to stop fighting until we prevail.
It's a fall from grace. 2 of the brothers were once high-end real estate brokers, and the third, a private security executive.
These guys lived a world of ultra luxury. Their clients were some of the richest and most well-known people in the country. And in order to work in that world, they also embodied that world. They partied in the Hamptons, they partied in Miami, they partied in Aspen. They really were living the embodiment of this luxury dream that was very much tied to the brand of real estate that they sold.
Sentencing will happen later this year. We'll have more on GMA in the morning. For now, we switch gears to an urgent investigation underway here in New York City. Improvised explosive devices were allegedly thrown outside of the mayor's mansion. And tonight, we're seeing the shocking new images. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
You don't get to come from...
Tonight, these dramatic new images show an 18-year-old hurling a homemade bomb in what police say was meant to be a terror attack bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing. Another teen then hands him a second device. He ignites it, sprints down a sidewalk, hops a police barricade, and is tackled while the device is still smoking. This chaos interrupted dueling protests Saturday outside the home of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, started by far-right anti-Muslim provocateur Jake Lang.
The violent left does not respect freedom of speech.
Police say 18-year-old Amir Balat and 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi drove from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and told investigators they were inspired by ISIS.
This was not random violence. This was a planned attack motivated by extremist ideology and inspired by a violent foreign terrorist organization.
The FBI says one of the teens watched ISIS propaganda videos on his phone, and the other told them he wanted to carry out an attack bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing and lamented that attack caused only 3 deaths. The devices were made from mason jars, nuts, and bolts. One of them tested positive for the highly volatile substance TATP, used in attacks around the world.
Make no mistake, what happened this weekend was incredibly dangerous.
Developments in the Iran war are moving rapidly tonight. The U.S. and Israel intensifying their attacks on Iran and its proxies in Lebanon. And Iran has chosen a new supreme leader, the son of Ayatollah Khamenei, who was killed in the opening hours of the war. There's also late reporting on last week's bombing of an Iranian school. Was the U.S. responsible? It's day 10 of the war with Iran. This is the new face of Iran, a new supreme leader with a familiar name. Crowds packed the streets for the announcement. 56-year-old Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of the previous leader, and he's expected to follow his father's hardline policies.
I was disappointed because we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country.
After initially saying America should be prepared for weeks of war, President Trump now signaling the operation will be ending soon.
We're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete.
The president is battling difficult headlines here at home, with the price of oil sometimes surging to more than $100 a barrel. The average gas price is now up from $2.98 a week ago to close to $3.50 today. But in some places, the prices are soaring to more than $8. Further complicating the conflict for Americans, Trump said he is not ruling out sending U.S. Special Operation Forces to secure Iran's nuclear stockpile.
We wouldn't do it now. Maybe we'd do it later.
That comment coming as the American death toll rises to 7 service members. The Pentagon announced 26-year-old Sergeant Benjamin N. Pennington died from his injuries after he was wounded when an Iranian airstrike hit an air base in Saudi Arabia on March 1st. Meanwhile, the U.S. also has new information warning that possible Iranian sleeper cells may have been activated. The government intercepted encrypted communications believed to have originated in Iran. The exact contents haven't been determined yet. All this coming amid growing outrage following the strike that hit a girls' school during the first day of the war, killing more than 160 people, dozens of them children. Experts tell ABC News this video surfacing online has the characteristics of a Tomahawk missile. That missile not hitting the school directly. ABC News has reached out to the Pentagon for comment. President Trump questioned about who launched the attack.
Will the U.S. accept any responsibility?
Well, I haven't seen it. And I will say that the Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, is sold and used by other countries.
But sources tell ABC News it is possible American forces are responsible, as U.S. forces were conducting other strikes in that area at the time, possibly due to outdated intelligence.
It was very improbable that these were simply misses.
Retired Master Sergeant Wes Bryant, who led the Pentagon office that assessed incidents of civilian casualties, raising questions about whether the U.S.-led airstrikes are being properly planned.
The commander of the Central Command should know every single target that both the U.S. and Israel were going to hit and did hit.
And stay with Nightline at ABC News for the latest developments on the war. Also tonight, a woman is under arrest after shots were fired into the Los Angeles home of global superstar Rihanna and rapper A$AP Rocky. The latest now from ABC's Trevor Ault.
Be advised, this is a good shooting suspect.
An arrest has been made following a drive-by shooting at the home of pop superstar Rihanna.
Is there a unit already following the vehicle, or do they need someone to follow?
35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz has been booked on suspicion of attempted murder after investigators say she fired 10 rounds at the Los Angeles home that the singer shares with her longtime partner, rapper A$AP Rocky, and the couple's 3 children. Ortiz allegedly drove up to the residence with an AR-style rifle and opened fire Sunday afternoon at 1:15. Sources telling ABC News Rihanna was inside during the incident. At least 4 bullet holes can be seen having pierced the gate. The neighboring garage was also allegedly struck by bullets. No injuries were reported. Rihanna is not commenting at this time. Ortiz is currently being held on more than $10 million bail.
Our thanks to Trevor. When we come back, we're with powerhouse hit maker and author Colleen Hoover. What inspired her latest screen adaptation, Reminders of Him?
You know you can buy more than one at a time.
I'm just working up the courage to ask you out.
I had all and then most of you, summoned down.
Welcome back. Author Colleen Hoover's career has skyrocketed since she self-published her first novel, Slammed, in 2012. Since then, she's enjoyed enormous success, with several of her works also adapted for the big screen, like It Ends With Us. Now her newest film, Reminders of Him, hit theaters Friday. But as she tells ABC's Jacqueline Lee, it all came with a cost.
Best-selling author Colleen Hoover now getting candid about her headline-making health scare.
I was just putting work first before my health, putting my family first before my health, and I think that's very easy to do as mothers and women. I just probably went a little bit too long without doing my annual checkups.
The powerhouse hitmaker behind books and films like It Ends With Us.
Shock me. You can say anything.
I want to have sex with you. You said to shock you.
What?
And Regretting You.
There's a lot I wish I'd done differently. But I'll never spend 1 second regretting you. You deserve to be happy. No regrets, right?
Revealing a diagnosis with an undisclosed type of cancer amid her third film adaptation.
You were public about your battle with cancer. For the fans who want to know, how are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm doing great, yeah. I didn't even announce it until I was on the other side of it, and so, I dealt with it privately, but feel very grateful that I had a great team of doctors, and everyone go get checked.
Hoover, recovering from treatment while headlining her latest project, adapting her best-selling book, Reminders of Him, for the silver screen.
There was before you. And there was during you.
You're a producer and a screenwriter. How do you decide what from the book gets into the movie?
Honestly, it was challenging being the author of the book and then also having to cut out a lot of what I had built.
Reminders of Him, a complicated romance starring Micah Monroe and Tyreek Withers, follows a young woman trying to rebuild her life after a tragic mistake while driving under the influence.
Coming back was a mistake.
I want to meet the human that Scotty and I made.
We don't fully understand what people are going through, and with grace, we seek understanding, and you aren't defined by your worst mistakes.
Hoover, first revealing her diagnosis in January. Now she says she's living with a new outlook.
Did that impact your view on life?
I am just such a family-oriented person. It just reminded me that the importance of that. And, you're nothing without family, and it was just scary. It was like, I didn't want to leave that. I love my life.
And do you think this journey will impact your writing moving forward?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think that everything we go through, or everything I go through, has impacted my writing in some form or another. Hopefully I'll get back into writing when this is over.
Yeah, the fans want it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hoover, now one of the biggest names in publishing.
This book is amazing!
After a meteoric rise and viral fame on TikTok. A true rags to riches story after she says she grew up poor in the small town of Saltillo, Texas. Hoover, writing more than 24 books and selling more than 35 million copies.
You did sell more books than the Bible.
I heard that.
That's like a crazy fact.
Oh my God.
It's so crazy.
That is.
But which version?
Despite her immense success, she has stayed true to her humble Texas roots.
I've been with my husband since I was 16. I feel like my life before writing and after writing is very much the same. Mm-hmm. And I'm very grateful for that.
You can buy more than one thing at a time.
I'm just working up the courage to ask you out.
What is it like to have another movie made after one of your books?
It's very surreal, especially, just having so many kind of back-to-back, because we just had Regretting You, and now this one, and then Verity.
Monroe and Withers.
I'll turn this bookstore into a bar.
I do.
Teaming up for Hoover's heartbreaking tale brought to life.
For me, the story is rooted in motherhood, and to serve as a vessel to shine a light on the difficulties of motherhood and, grief and prison reform.
I think motherhood is my most important role in life. I put it above everything. And with this one, I really wanted to explore a character coming out of the prison system and the challenges that they face.
When you guys were auditioning for the roles, what drew you to this movie?
Well, I read the script and was very intrigued by Kenna, and then I met Vanessa, the director, and she just had such an incredible vision for this film.
Director Vanessa Caswell's vision even extending beyond what audiences see on camera.
I heard you led an all-female filmmaking team?
That's correct.
How does having an all-female team impact how the film turns out?
A story that's inherently female, if you've got the female gaze on it, it's going to be more truthful and understood in a deeper way.
I'm worried she's going to swipe her when no one's looking.
We can't trust her.
I don't know. I don't think she'd do something like that.
Fans now clamoring for Hoover's newest feature film.
What I hope people take away is the importance of second chances and forgiveness, and not just forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself, which sometimes I think can be a bit harder.
Our thanks to Jacqueline. When we come back, Timothée Chalamet, one of the hottest stars in Hollywood, is under fire for comments he made. What's it all about? And finally tonight, Timothée Chalamet is one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and he's touted as a favorite to win his first Oscar on Sunday night. But comments he made weeks ago are now reverberating across Hollywood and the performing arts world. And the controversy is only intensifying. Here's ABC's Will Reeve.
And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
With under a week until the Oscars, Best Actor nominee Timothée Chalamet is the main character in a real-life controversy after saying no one cares about opera or ballet.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership.
Chalamet made those comments in a CNN Variety town hall with Matthew McConaughey last month. But the clip has spread like wildfire in recent days and ignited backlash from the performing arts community.
We don't have the aid of second takes, edits, stunts, filters, makeup.
And the Seattle Opera trolling the star by offering 14% off seats for their weekend performances with promo code Timothy.
The critics' choice is Timothée Chalamet.
The four-time Academy Award nominee had been an early favorite to win his first Oscar this year for his performance in Marty Supreme. The big question now, could this cost Chalamet the Oscar at this Sunday's ceremony? Voting concluded on Thursday.
Chalamet has yet to comment since the remarks went viral. Our thanks to Will Reeve. And that's Nightline for this evening. Watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.